Okay, so this is the correct way to solve the second balloon assessment. So if you read this, it says Nirmala's balloon, after 8 minutes, she's 7 feet above the top of the cliff, so that's positive 7. It also says that after 25 minutes, she's 95 feet below the cliff, so that's negative 95. And the question is, if the cliff is 305 feet tall, how many minutes is that going to take? So from here at the bottom all the way up to the top of the cliff, that would be 305. And since it's below, it's negative 305. So that's at the bottom. So one thing I did first is I kind of filled in this picture with the numbers to kind of help me out. So from that picture, it's a lot easier to make my table. So we got 0 minutes. I don't know where she's at. It says on the paper she's somewhere. I don't know where. We've got 8 minutes here. We've got 7 feet here. We've got 25 minutes here. And we've got negative 95 feet. And we're trying to find negative 305. Okay, so I have two unknowns. I don't know what this is, and I don't know what this is. But I have two pairs of values here, so I can write an equation. Well, 8 to 15, that is 7. And 7 to negative 95 is negative 102. I'm decreasing 102 steps. So the slope is negative 102 over 17. And if I do that division, 17 times 6 is 102, so that's going to be negative 6. There's my slope. To get my y-intercept, I have to pick one of these pairs. Okay? The general form of the equation is y equals mx plus b. I know m, it's negative 6. Well, here's a y, so I'll put 7 there. I know x is 8, so negative 6 times 8. I don't know b, so I've got 7 equals negative 48 plus b. At this point, I'm just going to solve this. It's just an equation I'm trying to solve for b, just like in other equations we'd solve for x. So I'm going to add 48 to both sides. That gives me 55. Those cancel. I'm left with 55 as my b. And since that's my y-intercept, it goes right here. So she started 55 feet. It's not somewhere anymore. It's 55. I know that. So I still have to find this, and I'm going to solve that by using the equation. So the general form of our equation is y equals negative 6x plus 55. Since negative 305 is a y value, I'm going to put negative 305 in for y. And then I'm going to go ahead and subtract 55 from both sides. Negative 305 minus 55. So I'm at negative 305. I'm going down 55 more. I get negative 360. Then I'll divide both sides by negative 6. And x, these cancel. Negative divided by negative is a positive. X is 60 minutes. Okay? So there's your first part. The next question is pretty straightforward, 30 minutes, so y equals negative 6x plus 55. I will replace x with 30 and then evaluate this equation. So y equals negative 180 plus 55. Okay? Since this is a negative and this is a positive, I must find their difference, which is negative 125. So after 30 minutes after she started descending, she will be 125 feet below. I know it's below because it's negative, below the top. Okay? The meaning of this, if I use this slope, negative 6, it would mean that oh, by the way, negative 6 is the same as negative 6 over 1. And if I put units in there, that would be feet and minutes. So every minute, she descends 6 feet. Or if I wanted to, that original slope before I divided, negative 102 over 17, I could say this. Every 17 minutes, she descends 102 feet. Okay. The last question, for the y-intercept, I always think about, hey, on my table, this is 0, this is 55 minutes and feet. What does this mean, this pair of numbers? That's what you really should look at for your y-intercept sentence. And that means that at 0 minutes, she is 55 feet above the top of the cliff. Does the y-intercept make sense in the context of this problem? Explain. Yes. It makes sense. Because the problem says she starts above the top, and the 55 is positive. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know.